Hello everyone, it's Kay from the Paper Shed. Thanks for popping on and joining me again today. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new, then welcome aboard and thanks for joining us. If you're a current subscriber, then thanks for popping back. So I'm sharing with you again today my last video for the autumn Flippy Floppy Folio. It is now all complete. I finished doing everything I need to do, but I was making these little booklets for the large pockets that we've got, and I thought I'd pop on and just show you how I did it with an A4. It's a great way actually to use up your extra sheets when you've got a project on and you're using a kit. I always get extra sheets left over, and I just thought this was a great way to use up an A4 sheet. You can do it with any of your leftover papers, really. I think they're great just to keep to one side for other projects. So it just saves wasting the paper. So I always think, you can make other bits, obviously. I tend to use it for a project and then I move on to the next thing. So I've got hundreds of digital bits and pieces left over. So yeah, I thought I'd just share this anyway, along with the flip through. So it won't take us too long to do. So all you really need is some spare papers. All these are, or how I've collected these is I've just used some, obviously old notepads and stuff. I've took them all apart and made sheets. And then what I do is when I come to do a little notebook or anything, I just pick a few of those out. So I've just picked about 8. It can be as many or as little as you want to, just to make up the booklet. This one I've made is a trifold. So I just take the A4 sheet. I then do that. So I want my little birdie on the front. I do that. So it's just a guide, there's no measurements, and I was just lucky that I've actually got that correct. I did have to cut a little bit off that one. So sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So I've actually made that big enough for the trifold. What I want to do then is I already know that this one will fit into my pocket. So I'm just going to mark that as a guideline. So I want to just take that off about there. I'll get my cutter for that. And we cut it off. And then we're not going to waste those bits. So that's the front of the booklet. And then the booklet's going to open up like that. And then with these, we're just going to make 3 little pockets. And all I'm going to do is just cut just shy of the crease line and take those bits out. And they should be then perfect for what we need. You're then gonna, I didn't make sure that I got them the right way when I did this last time, so I'm just going to make sure that I've got them all the right way, and I'm just going to put a little notch in it. So I'm just going to eyeball it, take the smallest notch out, and then we've got 3 pockets that can go on the inside of here. You will need to ink them. So just ink them all around, just saves time later. 2 and 3, doesn't matter what order they go in, unless you've got a preference. You obviously will be working with different papers to me, so you might end up with a preference of where you want them to go. But literally, I am just going to do around there, So that's my first one. Just shy of there, but I want it to be in line. Just make sure that that closes. If it does, I might have to just cut a tiny bit off there. I didn't cut it off enough. Okay, I'm just going to cut that off. I might need to just make sure the others fit now. Put those in there, and then yeah, that one fits okay there. So I don't know why that one was slightly younger, and that one's okay. So yeah. So again, just go around, glue them on like normal pockets. It just gives you a little option if you just wanted to take your little notebook with you, have somewhere to put them. So there we go. So there's more or less your book done. I'm just gonna just ink around my edges. There we go, that's enough. Then all we do with this is make sure they're all at the top, make sure they're in as far as they can be, and then I literally just measure where I want it to be with a couple of marks. So one there, and then that needs just to go just up a little bit, and we want one there, and I'm literally just going to get the cutter and chop that off. So these are really quick, simple and easy to do. As I said, you can use any papers for this. I tend to use up any leftovers. The booklet literally can be put in anywhere, so they are really handy to have in your stash. Literally, that's going to go in there, that's going to close, that's going to fold over, that's going to close, and you've got your booklet. So just going to sew that in. So we find the middle, that's not the middle. So we find the middle. I tend not even to gauge this either. I just eyeball it. Really quick, really easy. Make sure you've got that right well in your crease. It's just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Then the rule of thumb is 3 lengths. So 1, 2 and 3. Put that up there. Do your thread your needle, and then now if you want your, I sort of mess around with it sometimes. If I want it to come out of the middle, if I don't want the strings inside my book, which I don't always, and I'll do it this way, and I want them to be on the outside of the book, you thread from the outside first into your middle. So you go into your middle, you find your hole, which is sometimes easier said than done. Sorry. So you find your middle, you come up through the middle, and then just hold a string there. You can go up or down, it doesn't really matter. Then you continue to hold on to your string, and you go right the way up to your last hole, and then you come down your middle one again. Make sure you've got your thread one either side, and we literally take the needle off and knot it. So we've got one there and one there. And then what I tend to do with these is I leave one slightly longer than the other. Actually, I'll leave that for now until I do it. I find a couple of charms. You can use beads. Actually, shall we use beads? Shall we use these? Have I got some at hand? I haven't actually got any decent ones at hand. Or coloured ones that I could use. No, I'll just do a charm. So we have a leaf charm on the one, and inside the book we have a tree. But I think I'll just stick a little heart. I've got a lot of them. And literally you just thread that through there, find out where you want it to come to, and then just knot it on. It makes a nice little feature, and yeah, they're quite cute. They don't jiggle around, but you could easily use beads, buttons, whatever you fancy really on the end. And then I'm just going to snip that one off there. Do the same with the little leaf. This one's got a much smaller hool. It would help if I could see. There we go, we've got it in. I didn't leave much room on this one, so I'm just going to struggle a little bit just to get that knotted twice. So it'll have to be quite way up. So literally, you just knot it a couple of times. I probably won't even need to cut that one off. Pull it as much as you can. And there you've got two nice little beads and a flat booklet inside. So what we then do is we just bone fold that down so that opens up as the book. And then you've got a pocket for either side and behind there. And there you have it. In 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes actually, you've got a nice little book. And if you did that with most of your leftovers, I have made a little cluster to go on the bottom, so I am just going to stick it on since I've made it. But yeah, in less than 10 minutes you've got a decorated, easy, accessible little notepad, and to be honest, they would go anywhere. And there you go. So we've got two nice little booklets now for our pockets in the book. So I just thought I'd show you that because they are so easy to make and so useful. I mean, you don't have to embellish the tops right away. You can just leave them in your stash, and then when you find you need a little booklet, and to be honest with you, because you make them with few papers in, if you needed to just trim it down a little bit, it's easily done, especially if you keep your binding to, you know, this sort of size, then you know that you can take a little off the top and a little off the bottom, and they will cut on your trimmer. So, you know, even though they've come up, these ones are quite tall, they're tall because of the boxes that they're going in. So here's the finished article. I don't think you'll catch it on camera, but what I've done is I used, I had a few of these in black, and all I've literally done is made them into corners. So I've used two, one top, one bottom, one top, one bottom. I've put some little sort of orangey terracotta coloured brads, tiny brads inside, and then I've just glossy accented the top. And then I put this on, and this feels lovely actually. I've just popped this on. It does say autumnal. It's gone a little lighter because I've glossy accented it. But I've actually got it raised, so it's actually quite a nice plaque. With the glossy accents, it is easy to do. It's like this one here. Sorry for coughing. Yeah, it's like this one here. There wasn't enough put round this edge, so as it's dried, it shrunk a little bit. But I can go over that because you can add to it. It's not an issue. So I've glossy accented the corners and my little autumnal thing. I don't know if you can see it properly if I raise it up. So there you go. I don't think you can see that plaque. I can't move it in a way to show you. There you go. So it's actually raised. It's quite nice. I wish I'd have gone over the word actually in a black marker, just to have made it stand out a little bit more, but I didn't. So there you go. So yeah, so we've now got it finished. It's been really enjoyable, and I hope that you've enjoyed the series. So let's go on and see what we've added. We've got a nice cluster here. We've got a couple of pockets here with some little bits in. And then we've got a little envelope in this pocket. We've got some more bits in here. And then we've got a journal card down here. And then up here, we have our double-sided pocket with a couple of journal cards in. I've topped the tags. I was going to use some ribbon or some sari silk, but I just felt it needed to be black. And these are the ones that I had. So all of these have been done this way. That was in there, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's a nice page. Then we open it up this way. We've got little journaling booklet there with some more, 3 more tags in that one. Then we lift this up. We've got our little embellishment there, which hangs over the page, and a couple of nice postcards. Everything that's in this is actually from the kit, so it is possible to do a full project. We then bring this one down, and we have a larger envelope in there, which can put things in. We've got another little charm there. We've got our acetate pocket here, which has got some journaling cards and some tags in. And then we'll put that away. That goes in, that comes down. And then in our last pocket here, we've got some smaller journal cards in these pockets. We did the embellishment on the pocket, which I think has worked out really nice. And I do love this copper colour. It's a metallic card, which is really nice. Then in here, we have a little file folder for you to write in or put things in. This is where my little booklets are going to be going. So one's going to go in there. One's going to go in there, and one's going to go in on the other side. So that makes that nice and chunky now. And we've got another pocket over here with a file folder in, and another one with a couple of postcards in. And then on the back, we do have 3 more in our pockets. So we have quite a chunky little folio there. I didn't feel it needed a closure, although now I've put those books in, it probably does. I wonder if I should put that way. I don't know if it'll make any difference. I don't think it will. Might do. So yeah, so that's the final thing. So I do hope that you've enjoyed the series. there's probably a few things that I would change. I would actually make a little smaller spine on this edge here if I was to do it again, just so it accommodates these sort of pockets. Sorry, the camera's just gone out of focus. Just have to wait for it to come back in to focus. There we go. Yeah, so I do hope that you've enjoyed it. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a beautiful kit, and I do think it's made a lovely little folio there. So thanks ever so much for joining me. Let me know what you would change, if you would change anything, if you've got any ideas, and we'll do another one soon. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye now.